written graphs, right? In today's class, we'll see graph coloring and shortest path problem. Graph coloring and shortest path problem. So after that, we have one small topic, planar graph. With the first part of your 15, it will be finished. Okay? So first, we'll see shortest path problem. So shortest path problem. So the shortest path problem is identifying the distance from source to the destination. Shortest distance from source to the destination. So finding the shortest distance from source to the destination. So why? Because between every pair of vertices, you may have more than one route. There may exist more than one route. Let us suppose if the source is Hyderabad and if the destination is Bangalore, to reach from Hyderabad to Bangalore, do we have only one way? Do we have only one way to reach? No. You may have more than one way to reach from one place to the another place. But which you will choose? We will choose the path which results in less distance or less cost or less time. Right? So you will always choose the shortest path. This shortest can be in terms of the cost or in terms of the time. That depends on the requirement of the user. Yeah, distance or anything. So you will choose the shortest path from source to the destination. So whenever a graph is given, how to choose the path from source to the destination, how to choose the shortest path from source to the destination. So this is known as single source shortest path. Single source shortest path. Why? Because there exists one source. So the source is one. There exists a single source. And the algorithm used for the single source shortest path is Dijkstra algorithm. Dijkstra's algorithm. This is the algorithm used to find the shortest path from source to the destination. Now we will discuss this single source shortest path with an example. I will discuss with an example. Then you will understand it clearly. Clear, ma? Let me give you one graph. So consider a graph with 4 vertices. So this algorithm, the shortest path algorithm, uses a weighted graph. It uses a weighted graph. That means you should mention the weight of every edge. That means what is the cost or what is the time to travel from B to D, what is the cost of A to B, A to C. Like that, the cost of every edge you have to mention. We'll call it as a weighted graph. So you have to consider a weighted graph for this single source shortest path algorithm. So the weights are given like this. Now you are given with this graph. So assume that the source is A, destination is D. So find the shortest path from A to D. In this graph, find the shortest path from A to D. How many ways we have to reach from A to D, ma? I can reach from A to B, B to D. This is one path. I can reach from A to B, B to C, C to D. A to C, C to D. I can reach. And I can also reach A to C, C to B, B to D. That's it. A to B, A to C. A to C. Yes. So we have more than one way to reach from source to destination. Among all, which is the shortest that you need to identify? This shortest path you need to identify, right? So this algorithm, the first step we have to follow in this algorithm is whenever you find any parallel edges, if you find any parallel edges and loops, that means if it is not a simple graph, you need to convert it into a simple weighted graph. Convert the given graph into a simple weighted graph. Simple graph means there should not be any loops, there should not be any edges, parallel edges, right? So convert the given graph into a simple weighted graph by erasing or by removing the parallel edges and the loops, right? So remove the loops, and whenever you find the parallel edges, that means here between A and C you have two parallel edges. So what we have to consider only one edge with minimum distance. So parallel edges you are removing means you are removing a one edge with more distance or with more width. The edge with less weight should be considered. The edge with less weight should be considered in case of a parallel edge, right? So among these two, you have to consider this edge and you have to remove this. And whenever there are loops, you have to remove the loops. What is the need of removing the loops and the parallel edges? Can you tell me what is the need of removing the loops and parallel edges in finding the shortest path? Why we need to remove parallel edges and the loops? Yes, ma. So that we don't go again through them. It's not exactly correct. To get a simple graph, it's not, ma. I am removing. What is the need of getting the simple graph? I am asking. What is the need of getting the simple graph? Or what is the need of removing the loops? That is, both are same. Why we need to convert into a simple graph is my question. Loops won't give shortest path. Okay, any other answers to get correct and shortest path? Okay, let me give you the clarification about that. So here you are removing the parallel edge with more weight. Why? Because here you are finding the shortest path. So I can reach from A to C with a distance of 10 or with a weight of 10. I can also reach from A to C with a weight of 2. So when you have more than one way to reach from A to C, we have to choose the one path, a path with less weight. That is the reason you are removing this second edge. There is no use of this edge. Why? Because I can reach from A to C through this path with less weight. So that is the reason you have to remove parallel edges. And what is the reason to remove this loops is, here loop means what? To reach from D to D, you require a weight of 9. So here you have to reach from, let us suppose I want to reach from A to D. Once I reach this destination D, is there any requirement? Do we need to traverse from D to D again with a weight of 4, which increases the path distance? Suppose, let us suppose if I choose this path, with this path, if you got the shortest path distance as some 50. After reaching this destination, here a loop is given at 4. So if you are using that loop, or if you are traversing through that loop from D to D with a distance of 4, then the shortest distance, the distance will be increased from 15 to 19. There is no use of moving the same vertex, traversing from the vertex to itself. That is the reason you are removing the loops. Clear? So one reason to remove the loops is there is no reason, there is no use of moving from or traversing from a vertex to itself. And the reason to remove the parallel edges is when you have more than one path to choose from, to reach from one vertex to another vertex, you will always choose the shortest path. You will not choose the path with more way. Is it clear now? That is the reason. That is the reason we are removing the parallel edges in the loops. Is it clear now? So now what I'll do is first I'll remove these edges and parallel loops, the loops and the parallel edges, and I'll draw the diagram, the graph like A. So when you remove the parallel edges and the loops, you will get a graph like this. Here you have 2, so I have chosen only one path with 10 as weight. And the loops at B and D are removed. Clear? Now this is your graph. Now you have to consider this graph to reach from A to B, to identify the shortest path from, find the shortest path from A to B. Right? So the second step, first step is remove the edges, parallel edges and the loops. Second step is you have to create a shortest path table. Create a shortest path table. Now, whenever the word table comes here, it will include rows and columns. You will have rows and columns. Right? So now the number of columns in the shortest path table are equal to number of vertices in the graph. Number of columns is equal to number of vertices. Right? So what are the vertices you are having? 4 vertices you have. So there will be 4 columns in your table A, B, C, D. So this is the table. The rows will be increased. You will keep on increasing the rows step by step. So first let me draw the columns. 4 columns we have. Now these columns are to be filled with the weight. So as your A is your source, so to reach from A to A, you need a distance of 0. So A is your source. So to reach from A to A, you are considering a distance as infinity. Remaining, 0. Remaining all are infinity. That means as of now, you are at the vertex A. You are at source. You haven't explored any of the vertices. That is the reason you are taking the value as infinity. That means you don't know the distance. You don't know the distance, or you can say they are unexplored vertices. The value infinity represents they are unexplored vertices. We haven't explored those vertices from the source. Clear? Now, whichever is the smallest entry in this row, that should be marked as permanent. That should be marked as permanent. So among 0 and infinity, which is the smallest mark? So find the smallest entry. Find the smallest entry or smallest weight and mark it as permanent. Mark it as permanent. So the 0 value is smallest entry, so I'll mark it as permanent. So I have marked it as permanent. Okay, this is the second step. So second step is create a shortest path table where the number of columns in the table are equivalent to the number of vertices and the weights are equal. For the source, the weight is 0. For the remaining vertices, the weight is infinity. Why? Because they all are unexplored vertices. They all are unexplored vertices. Clear? So among these values, whichever is the smallest one, that should be marked as permanent. This is the second step. Is it clear now? If yes, we'll move to the third step. Now I'll just erase this mark. Now write the third step. Your third step is draw another row and copy the marked values. Copy the marked values. So copy the marked value. So what is the table we got in the second step? In the second step, we got a table with 4 columns, and you have marked 0 as permanent, remaining all are infinite, right? Now the third step is you need to draw another row. Draw another row. Clear? So now the first row will be which value is marked as permanent? A is marked as permanent. So the first row is A. Now draw another row and copy the marked values. What are the marked values? Only one is the marked value. That is 0 is the only marked value. Clear? Now you need to fill these entries. Okay? So to fill these entries, you have to find an edge which is directly connected to A, which is directly connected to A. Here you have marked the vertex A. So you need to identify the vertices which are connected directly to A. So to this vertex A, which are directly connected, B is connected and C is connected. That means you may change this B value and C value. In this D value won't be changed. Why? Because D is not directly connected to E. Right? So consider the edge A to C and also consider the edge A to B. So to change this value. So to change these values, the formula we use is minimum of, for this value A to B, the value or the formula is minimum of destination value, comma, marked value plus edge weight. Minimum of destination value is, this is your destination matrix, the value in the destination matrix, comma, marked value plus edge. So among these two, which is minimum, that should be considered. Clear? Let me consider the edge A to B. I'll consider A to B. So minimum of, what is your destination here? B. What is the destination value in this destination matrix? Infinity. As of now, it is infinity, comma. Which value you have marked? 0. Plus, what is the weight of this edge A to B? The weight of this edge AB is 5. So it is equal to minimum of infinity comma 5. Which is minimum among infinity and 5? 5 is minimum. Therefore, this entry is filled with 5. Now consider one more edge A to C. Why? Because A is connected to C and B. So the formula is minimum of destination value. My destination here it is C. What is the value of C in the destination? Infinity, comma, marked value is 0 plus what is the weight of edge A to C? 10. So minimum of infinity comma 10 and the minimum value is 10. Right? So you have drawn another table, another row, copy the marked values. Now to fill the remaining entries, you have to find an edge which is directly connected to this marked vertex. So they are A to B and A to C. So you have filled this Bth column as well as Cth column, and this Dth column will be infinity only. Is it clear now? Now, next what you have to do is, we have calculated these two values. Among these two, which is minimum, that should be marked as permanent. Next step is identify the minimum value. Identify the minimum value in the newly created row. Minimum value in the newly created row. And mark it as permanent. And mark it as permanent. So among 5 and 10, which is minimum? 5 is minimum. So 5 should be marked as permanent. 5 means with respect to the vertex B. So here your second row will be B. Second row will be B. Is it clear now up to here? Have you understood? Please take down this. Copy this now. Money. Add one letter to this and I will be a playful animal. To money, if you add K, it becomes monkey. Any doubts you have? In the second row, we still have 0 now, madam. That is, 0 is already marked as permanent. So in the newly created table, whichever the values you have calculated, among those values, you find the minimum money. 0 is already marked as permanent. So what is the next value to be marked as permanent? That means 0 you have marked as permanent means what? You have 0 you have marked as permanent means you have visited A. After A, what you have to visit, or you have to go to B, or you have to go to C. So among B and C the column, B is the minimum. That means after A you have to reach B. That is the reason that Bth column value 5 is marked as permanent. I will do like a add a letter and I will do a commentary. దానికి ఒక లెటర్ యాడ్ చేస్తే ఒక బర్డ్ నేమ్ వస్తుంది. ఎస్ చూడు ఎస్ యాడ్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది? ఫినిష్డ్. పాట్ లో స్టోన్ వేసి వాటర్ తాగుతుంది ఒక బర్డ్. So now the next step is you have to repeat this step 3. Next you have to repeat this step 3. That means you have to create one more row and copy the marked values of the second row. Here, so next is repeat step 3. What is the step 3? Let me draw the previous table first. Small letters కూడా రాయొచ్చా ఇందులో? ఇందులో చూడు బుక్లో. So next third step means what? Draw another row and copy all the marked values. So what are the marked values? 0 and 5 are the marked values, right? Now you have marked 0. Sorry, you have marked B as permanent. Okay? Now you have marked B as permanent here. So what you have to do is to identify these values, find the edges which are connected directly to B. Find the edges connected directly to B. So when you see the graph, which edges are connected directly to B? B to C we have an edge. You please go through the diagram. I am not drawing that graph again. B to C and B to B. So C and D are, A is connected but A is already visited. So after A and B, what are the vertices you have to visit? That you have to calculate, right? So we are left with C and D. So we'll check whether C and D are connected directly to B or not. Yes, B is directly connected to C and B is already also directly connected to D. So we will check the value and we'll fill the values. So what is the formula? Minimum of destination value, comma, mark value plus edge weight. So for consider the first edge B to C, minimum of, here destination is C. So what is the value in the destination matrix for C? It is 10, comma, marked value is what? I have marked 5 as permanent now. 5 plus, what is the edge weight of B to C? B to C edge weight is 4. Similarly for B to D, minimum of, my destination is D and the D value is infinity, comma, marked value is 5 plus edge weight of B to D is, in the diagram, in the graph, you will find out that it is 11. So minimum of 10, comma 9, minimum of infinity, comma 16. So among 10 and 9, which is minimum? 9 is minimum. So 10 will be changed to 9. Among infinity and 16, 16 is minimum. Next, what you have to do? Among these two values, which is minimum? That should be marked as permanent. So C is marked as permanent. So third row will be C. Clear? Next, repeat the same step. What is that? Create another row. Create another row and copy all the marked values 0, 5 and 9. Now you have marked C as permanent. So you have to identify which is connected directly to. Here we are left with only D. So we will just check whether C is directly connected to D or not. Yes, C is directly connected to D. We will check whether the 16 can be changed or not. Change it to minimum value or not. Here already 16 is there. We will check whether you can change this 16 to its less value or not. So use the same formula. Minimum of destination value for D is 16, comma. Now you have marked 9 as permanent. So marked value is 9 plus what is the edge cost of C to D? It is 5. So it is equal to minimum of 16, comma 9 plus 5 is 14. Among 16 and 14, this 14 is minimum. So mark this as permanent. So which is marked as permanent? As there is only one value, that itself will be the minimum one. So this 14 will be the minimum value. Clear? So 14 means it is B. Therefore, what is the shortest path? After A, you have to reach B. After B, you have to reach C. After C, you have to reach D with a distance of 14. Is it clear, ma? Is it clear for you all? So here we have marked among 9 and 16, 9 is marked as permanent. So repeat the same step, third step, that is create another row and copy all the marked values, right? So we have to check whether this 16 can be changed or not. Or I can say that here you have marked C as permanent. So I'll just check whichever the vertices are connected directly to C. In the graph, if you see, C is directly connected to D, it is directly connected to A, and it is also directly connected to B. But A and B are already marked as permanent. So you cannot consider these two edges. Why? Because the minimum edges we have already considered. No? So you have to consider only the edge C to D. C to D means what is the formula? Minimum of destination value, comma, marked value plus edge weight. So minimum of, what is the destination here? D is my destination. In the destination matrix, what is this D value? It is 16, comma, marked value. You have marked 9 as, so you have marked 9 as permanent. So marked value is 9 plus what is the edge weight of C to D? If you see in the graph, C to D cost is 5. So minimum of 16 comma 14. Minimum of 16 comma 14 is 14. There is only one value, so that itself will be the minimum. So mark it as permanent. So you have marked D as permanent, which means that you have to reach from A to B, B to C, C to D. This is the shortest path to reach from source A to the destination D with a distance of 14. Is it clear now? Take down.
నేను కింద పడేదాన్ని
గీసేసి బ్యాగ్లో పెట్టు. Please take down this.
లాంగ్ ప్యాంట్ చేస్తా నాకు లాంగ్ ప్యాంట్ ఎక్కుతుంది తెచ్చుకోవచ్చా
మధ్యాహ్నం వెళ్ళిపోతాను.
గ్రీన్ షర్ట్ వేసుకుంటే అయినా దీంట్లో బాగుంటుంది. ఈ రెండు చేసుకుని ఆ రెండు వేసుకోవచ్చు. మళ్ళీ ఈ రెండు వేసుకోవచ్చు. మమ్మీ కేక్ ఏమంటే
ఫినిష్డ్ మా?
ఎవరమ్మా
ఎవరు
చెప్పు.
ఒక పాప ఎవరు? Finished, shall I erase it? Consider one more example. I'll discuss one more example and after that I'll give you one for you to solve. Take this graph, all of you. So find the shortest distance from 1 to 6. Source is 1, destination is 6. So here always the first step is remove the loops and the parallel edges. Here in this graph, we don't have any loops and parallel edges. So I can directly go to the second step, that is create a shortest path table with the number of columns equal to number of vertices. Here I have how many vertices? 6 vertices you have. So your table will contain 6 columns, 1 to 6. 1 to 6 are the 6 columns in the graph. Clear? First, your source is 1. So this 1 will be marked as 0. Remaining will be infinity, which represents they all are unexplored vertices. I am not writing in detail. I am directly drawing the table by giving you the explanation. Okay. So first row should be filled with the entries such that as the one vertex is your source, so the value will be 0. Remaining all are unexplored, so they all are infinity. Among all these, 0 is in minimum value, so mark it as permanent. So which vertex is marked as permanent? 1. So first row will be 1. Now what you have to do in the second row, create a new row and copy the marked values. Create a new row and copy the marked value. Now identify whichever the vertices are connected directly to 1. Here you have marked 1 as permanent, so you need to identify which vertices are connected directly from 1. So from 1, 2 is connected, 3 is connected. That means you have to fill 2 and 3. Remaining values will be infinity only. Why? Because you cannot explore them from the vertex 1. So 1 to 2, this will be filled as minimum of what is the destination value of 2? It is infinity, comma. Marked value is what? 0 plus edge cost of 1 to 2 is 2. So minimum of infinity, comma 2 is 2 only. Now for this edge 1, 2, 3, minimum of destination value of 3 is infinity, comma. Marked value is 0 plus edge cost of 1 to 3 is 4. Minimum of infinity, comma 4 is 4. Now among these two values, which is minimum, that should be marked as permanent. So 2 is marked as permanent. 2 with respect to which vertex? Vertex 2. So the second row will be 2. Now repeat the same step. Create another row and mark the permanent values. Copy the marked values. Create another row and copy the marked values. Right? Now you have marked 2 as permanent. So what you need to do, you need to identify which are connected directly from 2. From 2, 4 is connected directly. 3 is also connected directly. 2 to 4, 2 to 3. That means you may change this value. Already we have 4 under this third vertex, but that may be changed. When you travel from 1 to the vertex 2, when you are traveling from 1 to reach the vertex 3, you have the weight as 4. But when you are traveling through the vertex 2, this weight may change. That may increase or may decrease, right? So what you need to do is 2 to 4, this and 2 to 3 values may be changed. So leave them and remaining values will be infinity only. So find the 2 to 4 edge. For 2 to 4 edge, minimum of per 4. What is the destination value? For 4, infinity, comma. Marked value is what? Now the marked value is 2 plus 2 to 4 cost is 7. Edge cost of 2 to 4 is 7. Infinity, comma 9 is 9. Now for 2 to 3, minimum of what is the destination value for 3? It is 4, comma. Marked value is 2 plus edge cost of 2 to 3 is 1. So 4, comma 3. What is the minimum value? 3. Now among 3 and 9, 3 is the minimum. So mark it as permanent. 3 is with respect to the vertex 3. So third row will be the vertex 3. Now repeat the same step. Create another row and copy all the marked values. Now you have marked 3 as permanent. So you need to identify which is connected directly to 3. So to the vertex 3, 5 is connected, 2 is connected. But 2 is already marked as permanent. 2 is already marked as permanent. So you have to consider the edge 3 to 5. 3 to 5 you need to consider. That means you may change this value and this won't be changed. 3 is not connected to 4, so this value won't be changed. It will be 9 only. Now for 3 to edge, minimum of, what is the destination value of 5? Infinity. Now what is the marked value? 3 plus edge cost of 3 to 5 is 3. Edge cost of 3 to 5 is 3. So this value is equal to minimum of infinity comma 6 is 6. Among these two, which is minimum? 6 is minimum. So mark it as permanent. It is with respect to the vertex 5. Now create an another row, copy all the marked values. Create an another row, copy all the marked values. Now identify which vertices are connected directly from 5. From 5, 4 is connected, 6 is connected. So we have edges 5 to 4, 5 to 4, 5 to 6. That means this value may be changed, this value may be changed. So 5 to 4, minimum of, what is the destination value for 4? It is 9, comma. Now the marked value is 6. 6 plus, what is the edge cost of 5, 4? 5 to 4 edge cost is 2. So minimum of 9, comma 8 is 8. So 9 will change to 8. One second. That's it. Next 5 comma 6. Minimum of, what is the destination value for 6? It is infinity comma marked value is 6 plus 5 to 6 edge cost is 5. So it is infinity comma 13, which is infinity. Among 8 and 13, which means minimum? 8 is minimum. 8 is with respect to the vertex 4. Right? Now create an another row, copy all the marked values. Let me check whether 13 can be changed or not. So from 4, whichever the vertices are connected directly, 6 is connected, 5 is connected, but 5 is already marked as permanent. So consider the edge 4 to 6. So it is minimum of, what is the destination value of 6? It is 13, comma. What is the marked value now? It is 8 plus edge cost of 4 to 6 is what? Edge cost of 4 to 6 is 4. So minimum of 13 comma 12 it is. Minimum of 8 plus 4 is
Ma'am,
yes.
ma'am, 6 plus 5, 11, no, ma'am, in previous one.
So 5 to 6. Here, this one.
Above row, ma'am, for fourth vertex.
Hmm.
In the above row for fourth vertex row, ma'am.
Here. So 5 to 4.
In place of 13, we will write 11, no, ma'am.
Okay. 5 to 6. Yes. So this destination value will be now 11. Right? So minimum value is 11 only. Am I right? Yeah.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
this is the only value. So it will be marked as permanent. So which is marked as permanent with respect to the vertex C. So all the marked as permanent so that you can find the shortest path as 1 to 2, 2 to 3. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 4, 4 to 6. This is the shortest path. Is it clear? Yes, ma, any doubts? Pencil కాపా
పెన్సిల్ ఇంకా పెన్ రెండిట్లో ఏదో ఒకటి తీయచ్చు పెన్సిల్ ఇస్తాను.
Please copy this one. వద్దులే.
మమ్మీ ఇందాక తీసింది రావట్లేదు.
వద్దు 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 వద్దు.
ఇదిగో. ఇదిగో వచ్చిన ఆన్సర్.
Two to three, you want me to explain? Is that so? Here we 520. You want me to explain 2 to 3h? Here you have marked 2 as permanent, right? So which is connected directly from 2? From 2, 4 is connected, 3 is connected. So in the next row, from 2, 4 is connected, 3 is connected. So these two values may change. So remaining values will be infinity only. 5 and 6 will be infinity. So 2 to 3, 2 to 4. Minimum of, what is the destination value for 3? It is 4, comma. Marked value is 2. Here you have marked 2 as permanent. So which is 2 plus edge cost of 2 to 3 is 1. 4 comma 3 minimum is 3. Similarly 2 to 4. 4 destination value is infinity. And marked value is 2 plus edge cost of 2 to 4 is 7. So infinity comma 9 is minimum is 9. So 3 comma 9 remaining will be infinities. Is it clear? Finished ma? Shall I erase it? You want me to explain one more or you'll do on your own? I'll give you one example. Can you do it? Take the graph. Yes, all of you take this graph. Yes, find the shortest path from A to F. A is the source, F is the destination. We'll give you 10 minutes of time. You do it on your own. So in any row, if you get for any two vertices, if you are getting the minimum value, you can consider any one mark. Because for this example, you'll get like this. Suppose in some fifth row, if you got some for two vertices like B and C, if you got minimum value, you can consider either B or C. You can mark any one as mark permanent.
उठते फेवरेट बहुत सारे फाइटिंग गेम निजंगा పేపర్ డాల్స్ పెన్సిల్ అవసరం లేదా
A to E, A to E, E to F. Sorry. One more point I have to tell you. Sorry. You have to visit all the vertices, ma. All the vertices you have to visit. Finished, ma? Anyone of you finished? Okay. Okay. A to D, D to C. No, ma. 72. It's not correct. It's not D after A. After A, you have to go to either E or B. 72, please check once. No. 70, no. A to B, okay. After B, what did I tell you, ma? Whenever you are getting more than one vertices with the same value, you have to consider only one. The E cannot. E, how does E cannot be visited? What? Listen carefully. So first time, suppose in the second row, what happens is you will have B and E with 2 as minimum value, right? So you will choose either B or E. Let us suppose I have chosen B. Next, what happens is, next in the next row, you will get 4, 3 and 2. C, D, E values you will get. There 2 is the minimum value. So you have to consider E as in 7D order and telling. Okay, E cannot be visited. Okay, I'll explain. You don't worry, but I'm asking you to try on your own. Anyway, I'll explain. Don't worry. But if you try on your own, you will come to know where you are doing the mistake. Seven D after B, you have to consider E. Why? Because both E and E are with the same minimum. A, B, D, C, F, E. No. Jagadish, you are almost correct, but only thing is after A, B is okay, but after B, you have to visit E. Why? Because among C, D, and E, E is with minimum value. You please go to third row, ma. Jagadish, go to the third row in your table. May I know what are the values you got there in the third row? Yes, Nishita, you are correct. 6Y is correct. So shall I explain it now? We have 6 vertices here, so your table will contain 6 columns: A, B, C, D, E, F. A is the source, so it is marked as in 0. Remaining all are infinities. Now from A, B and E are connected directly. Yes, sorry. So from A, B is connected, E is connected. So in create a next row, copy the marked values. A to B will kind out. Minimum of destination value of B is infinity, comma marked value is 0 plus A to B distance is 2. So first, before that, you have to remove parallel edges and the loops mark. So you can remove this. Just remove the parallel edges and loops. So minimum of A to B distance is 2. So this will be 2. Now A to C and D is also connected. E is connected, B is connected, D is connected. D is also connected directly from A. So A to E is minimum of E is infinity, marked value is 0, AE cost is 2. So it is 2 again. And A to D, minimum of D is infinity, 0 plus A to D cost is 3. So it is 3. Remaining all are infinities. Now in these values, 2 is minimum. So either you can choose B or E. Let me choose B. Create another row, copy the marked values. And from B, which is connected directly, from B, D is connected, C is connected. From B, D is connected and C is connected. That's it. So B to D is minimum of, what is the D value? 3, comma, marked value is 2 plus B to D cost is 4. So 3 comma 5 is 3 is the minimum value. For B comma C, minimum of class ఉందా క్లాస్ అయిపోతుంది ఒక 10-15 minutes అయిపోతుంది. మినిమమ్ ఆఫ్ సి ఈజ్ ఇన్ఫినిటీ. చాలా రోజులకు కనబడుతున్నావుగా. డిఎం మార్క్డ్ వాల్యూ ఇస్ 2 ప్లస్ బి టు సి కాస్ట్ ఈజ్, ఇప్పుడుందా క్లాస్? ఇప్పుడుందా? ఎవరు ఎప్పుడైనా ప్రశ్న కదా. 1 second. టెన్ 45 ఎండ్ చేసేస్తానులే నేను. సరే ఓకే, నాది కూడా 4th అయిపోతుంది. ఇంకో 3 days 4 days పడుతుంది. ఇక్కడ అవునా, ఎంజాయ్ క్లాస్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి చెప్తాను. మార్కెట్ వాల్యూ ఇస్ 2, బి టు సి కాస్ట్ ఈజ్ 2. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ 4. సో దిస్ ఈస్ 4 and that's it. So B is connected directly to C and E. So in these two values, which is minimum? So 3 is minimum. Yes, there is no direct edge from B to E. Who said that? Yes, 568 your 568. So yes, you are correct, ma. You cannot visit E from B. So you cannot choose these two minimum value, right? So this will be 2 only. Among 4 and 3, you have to choose D. So after B, you have to visit D. After B, you have to visit D only. So copy marked values again. And from D, which are connected directly, C is connected, F is connected. From C, C is connected, F is connected. So there is no change in this C and F. So C to F, C to D. Uh-huh. One second. D, no? We have chosen D, right? So from D, C is connected, F is connected. That means D to C, D to F are there. D to C and D to F. D to C means minimum of, what is the C value, destination value? 4, comma, marked value is 3 plus D to C is 2. So 4, comma 5 minimum is 4. So there is no change here. And consider this edge D to F. F is infinity, mark value is 3 plus D to F cost is 4. So it is 7. Among 4 and 7, 4 is the minimum. That means it should be C. Select C, create another row and copy these marked values. Now consider which is marked C, right? So from C, which is connected directly, B is connected. From C, B is connected and F is connected, but B is already marked as permanent, so you cannot consider this edge. And E is not connected, so there is no change in E value. So C to F is there, so minimum of F value is 7, destination value. And the mark value is 4 plus C to F cost is 2. So it is 6. So this is the only value, so it will be the minimum value. Mark it as permanent, which is F. After F, you are left with only E. One second. KMIT@123. Small sir. KMIT 123. One second. 2 hours. One is A to E, E to F. Second is A to B, B to D, D to C, D to F. So among these two, the second one is the minimum. Sorry, this first one is the minimum mark. We cannot visit all the vertices. So to reach from A to F, the shortest path is go from A to E and E to F. What is 9? You will get 5. 2 plus 3 is 5 with a distance of 5. But here, if you choose instead of this E, if you choose B, you are getting one more path, that is A to B, B to D, D to C, C to F. So what you have to do is, whenever you are getting two vertices with the same value, minimum value, you have to consider both the paths. Among these two paths, which is the minimum, that should be the shortest path. So what you need to do is, in this second row, you got two values, right? So create another table by considering E, by marking E as permanent, and one more table. In another table, you consider B and mark it as permanent. So find the shortest path for both the table. Which table is giving you the minimum value, that will be the shortest value. Is it clear? I didn't observe that we don't have edge from B to E. So when at any row, if you are getting more than one vertex with the minimum value, then both the paths you have to consider or mark E as permanent, and similarly mark B as permanent. What is the path you are getting? If you mark B as permanent, find the shortest path distance. If you mark E as permanent, what is the path you are getting? That what is the shortest path you are getting? You just compare both. Any doubts? Do you have any doubts, mind this? Okay. And the last one is take this graph. Find the distance from 1 to 9. Path from 1 to 9. You take this diagram. Rakesh ni phone iva attendance చేసేస్తాం. All of you take this diagram, take this graph. I'll take the attendance, wait for a while. అయిపోతుంది ఇంకొక 5 minutes. ఏముంది లేదు పెన్సిల్ That's not the shortest path, ma. The path distance is 23, but that is not shortest path. So I'll give you the shortest path. You try at your home. 1 to 3, 3 to 7, 7 to 8, 8 to 6, 6 to 9. This is the shortest path, ma. So you try at your home. In the next class, I'll discuss chromatic number, the graph coloring and planar graph. After that, we'll start trees. Okay.